What is up, everybody, and welcome to High School Sunday Night. If you are keeping track, this is the last High School Sunday Night of the school year, which means if you're here with us, you have made it through the entire first semester in history of High School Sunday Night. So congratulations to you all. I'm very happy for you. I'm just very thankful to have spent this first semester of a new program with all of you. Thanks for hanging out with us. Love seeing all of you in the comments, of course. Let us know, say hi. Want to know who we're interacting with tonight, because that's really what makes this fun. That's really what makes it worth it. Right now, more than ever, it's important to remember that the church is not a building. In fact, the church is us. And so we love to be together. We love to participate. So hop in those comments and let us know you are here. With this being the last High School Sunday Night of the school year, that means we have a few updates to our program schedule of when we are gathering over YouTube or Zoom or whatever it may be. So here's what we got going on. So again, tonight, last High School Sunday Night. So we will no longer be meeting from 6 to 8 on Sunday nights. But 2 weeks from now, count them, 1, 2 weeks from now, we'll be starting our high school summer session. So that's going to run through June and July. It starts Sunday, June 7th at 7 p.m. So we'll start an hour later than we do during the school year. It's summer. We can stay up late. It's great. No one cares. So 7 p.m. on Sundays, and that will just be over Zoom. It will not be on YouTube. So don't come here to YouTube, but we'll be posting all over our socials that Zoom ID and how to get into that. So I'm looking forward to walking through the summer with you guys as well. High school soul care is still going on. If you find yourself stressed, if you find yourself uncertain about just what life is right now, that's a great place to process. Kelsey leads that group. So if you want to get connected with that, email her at kbranderhorst. It sounds complicated, but it's very phonetic. kbranderhorst at ehills.org. Lastly, high school hangout on Thursdays at 3 p.m. where we just play some games. Sometimes it's on Zoom, sometimes it's on YouTube. That will be going through the end of this month. So the last Thursday in May is when that's over. I had to make sure that I have the months right because I am having a really difficult time keeping track of days and weeks and months right now. So that'll go through the end of the month. But the big one, make sure you start coming to high school summer sessions June 7th. Last thing I want to tell you about before we dive in today is Move At. So Move is this amazing camp conference experience that we are going to get to do, but virtually. Obviously, life is different right now. So I know that we won't be able to do what a normal quote unquote summer camp experience might look like, but this is going to be amazing. So it's all virtual, or to the extent that we can gather, we will, but we will make sure to just follow all the regulations on that. But July 14 through 16, just plan on hanging out with your church family. We'll have crazy challenges. We'll have amazing teaching and worship. It will be so good. It's $25 a student, probably the cheapest camp you will ever attend. So just make sure you get signed up online. The signups are open now. You can go to ehills.org/HS. So make sure to do that. You don't want to miss out on that. It's going to be so cool. That was a lot of so's. We're going to play a game so that I don't have to just talk at you anymore. But I have a guest who's coming to join us. You know her, you love her. She's here in 2 seconds. It's Savannah. Hi, Savannah.
Hello.
How are you today? What'd you do today, Savannah?
I actually helped paint a office for my mom. She's a counselor.
Oh,
so she's got a new office. So I helped her paint.
Very nice.
Yeah.
What she works like on Main Street Parker, doesn't she?
Yeah. I mean,
and what color?
You need to know that, but
I mean, it's a big enough area. No one's gonna go track her down. What color did you paint the office?
It's like a cream white color. The office before was like dark gray, so
a little bit gloomy. So now it's a more cheerful color. That's great. Hey, speaking of cheerful colors, we're gonna play a game called a 3-Year-Old Pictionary. It's gonna be a challenge. So what we're gonna do, Savannah, is you and I are gonna go head to head. But essentially, a bunch of 3-year-olds were given prompts of something to draw in chalk. Maybe you've gone around like neighborhoods and you see all the positive chalk out there. I love seeing it when I go for a walk. So that's what this is. But we have to guess what these 3-year-olds were trying to draw in chalk. So I don't know how this is going to go. How are you on a scale of 1 to 10? How confident are you feeling about your ability to interpret a 3-year-old's chalk drawing?
I don't know. I mean, because like I'm thinking about like the 3-year-old's mindset and what they would draw, but also like when you see a 3-year-old draw, it's like scribbles. So I don't really know how this could go.
Do 3-year-olds have a mindset? Is that like something you can say about a 3-year-old?
They usually draw what they like, which is like candy or like ice cream. I don't know.
Sure. That's sums up every 3-year-old I've ever met. Candy and ice cream. So it sounds like you're the expert. So you should do great at this.
I don't know.
If you're watching, hey Kanaya, glad you made it. Hey look Ma, I made it. If you're watching, play in the comments. Let us know what you think it is. This should be interesting. I'm pretty excited about this one. So here we go, Savannah. Without further ado, number 1. You see that just delightful orange thing? Is that A, a vampire, B, an angry cow, or C, Kael'thas Sunstrider, master of the Burning Legion? Is that a reference I don't know, or is that made up?
I feel like that's a very descriptive answer.
That kind of makes me think that it's it. Like maybe someone was just like, "Hey, 3-year-old." Yeah, like can you imagine someone just saying to a 3-year-old, "I want you to draw
these answers."
Well, the 3-year-old didn't come up with the answer. Someone prompted them of what to draw. Okay. So someone could have said, "Hey, 3-year-old, draw Kael'thas Sunstrider, master of the Burning Legion." It could be.
I don't even know what that is. So,
vampire. How? I think I'm gonna go vampire actually, because you see that thing in the neck. Isn't that how you kill a vampire? Like a stake in the neck? That seems graphic for a 3-year-old and probably more knowledge than a 3-year-old would have about a vampire, frankly. But I'm going to go A.
Okay. I'm just going to go C because it's not an angry cow at all. There's no way it's cow.
And I'm going to actually need you to say the name of what you think it is, not just the letter C. So go ahead.
But I can't read it, Matt.
Well, do your best, because I have no idea what you mean.
Oh my gosh. Okay, then I'm going B, because that's all I can read.
Wait, okay, fine. No, you can stick with C.
I can't read it.
You can stick... Oh, it's from World of Warcraft. Craft. Yeah. I can't speak. I'm so sorry,
I still wouldn't
Savannah.
have known what that
I'm so sorry to put you through. So is it a thing? You can stick with C. I was just messing with you, trying to get you to say that. Do you want to stick with C, the Warcraft thing?
I don't know. Okay, I'll just go C.
Okay. I'm going A, vampire.
Really don't know. Here
we go. Let's find out.
Yep.
Boom. Vampire. Yep. It says obviously. I thought it was obvious.
Definitely not an angry cow, but
so if you're keeping track at home, the score is Matt 1. Savannah, how many do you have, Savannah?
0.
0. Okay, so 1 for Matt, 0 for Savannah. I can
really tell the trash talk is already coming.
Savannah always initiates trash talk with me, so that's why I like to play games against her and just put her in her place. Number 2, a crow looking for trash is A. B, a T-Rex with abnormal stick-like growths on his snout. Very specific. C, a yawning deer. A yawning deer.
Is it like upside down?
I don't know.
The legs look like they're... I have no idea. Hey, at least Tyler has 0 for both.
Yeah.
0 for 0 for 1.
It's true. It's true.
I have no idea.
I can see yawning deer. Okay, so like those 2 circles that would you would normally think that's an eye, like those are eyes. I think those are spots on the deer. Yeah, and then you have and then you have 3 antlers. Oh, so no, I don't think it's a deer. I'm gonna go A again. A treated me well on the last one. I'm gonna go A on this one again, Savannah.
I need to think about this for a second.
It's definitely a crow looking for trash to eat.
I have no idea. I feel like you know all the answers.
I don't. I promise you that I do not.
A T-Rex with What?
with abnormal stick-like growths on his snout.
I have no idea. Honestly, you're probably right.
You're gonna go A with me?
A
You have
yawning deer.
3, 2,
I'm not. I'm going with
1.
C.
Going
I'm going with
C.
C.
Going with the yawning deer with 3 antlers. Let's find out. We've got a lot of C's coming in the comments. It looks like I see 1 A from Trevor, and I'm also going A. So here we go. Let's see. A, a crow looking
What
for
the
trash
heck?
to eat.
Guys, comment down below if you think Matt's cheating.
Do you see the
literally
little
told
like?
me before this that you looked at an answer.
I told you I looked at one answer and I didn't put it in. I didn't put it in the questions.
I don't
I
believe
would
it.
not. I want to beat you fair and square, Savannah. Do you see?
Yeah,
I was going by the little like blue circle. Also, it looks like trash that it could be looking for to pick up. You know, there's like a tiny little blue mark up there, but
I don't know. I guess I need to get in the mindset of a 3-year-old because
exactly.
Really not.
That's exactly what you need to do. Number
I mean,
3.
I think that's what I would draw too. But
before we guess on this one, would you like to go over our score for everyone watching, Savannah?
I'm okay.
You're fine.
It's okay. We don't have that
Okay.
much time in this live stream, so I feel like
we have as much time as we want, Savannah. Are you doing anything else?
We can just go ahead on the next one. You know?
All right, here we go.
Don't need to talk about the score.
Okay, here's something funny. That same little blue mark is on this drawing too. So I may not have been wise to actually use that in my logic for last one. But is this a zombie rabbit, a happy bat, or this is your daddy is C? I'm uncomfortable with that one. But
I would think that prompt to a 3-year-old.
Maybe hopefully they didn't. So hopefully it's not C. Let's hope for that. I'll let you choose first.
Honestly, obviously, I think it's between A and B.
Right. Agreed.
I think it could be a bat because, I don't know, the stick arms that look like wings.
Sure. Yeah.
So I'm going with B.
Clearly.
I'm going to be confident with B.
You're going B?
Go with it.
I'm going to go with zombie rabbit, just to be different. It could be either one of them.
I honestly think you're right, but I'm just going to go with B.
All right. Well, let's find out. Here we go. Here we go. It's B, a happy bat. Congrats on that one. So 2-1 me. I've got 2, you've got 1, just to be clear about that. Let's do 2 more, shall we? 2 more, Savannah? So that way you can pass me if you want, if you're good enough. Yeah. Okay, next one. A 3-horned goat. Grondark Lizard King of the North. Does anyone know what that is? Is that a Warcraft thing? A Grondark Lizard King of the North? I feel really bad if I don't. Is there a Lizard King of the South, do you think? I don't know. Or C, a dancing gecko.
I mean, okay. I think it could be dancing gecko because green.
Green, yep.
Yep, so like the color.
Yep.
And it looks like it could be like motioning dancing.
Totally. It's got like 1 foot up. Yeah, it could be.
Right.
It could for sure be dancing.
But I also don't know. I don't know what B is, so if someone knows.
Grondark Lizard King of the North is what B is.
Well, yes. Okay, I know that.
I want to say A, but it's throwing me off because it says a 3-horned goat. I feel like it just looks kind of like a goat. Like I would see 2 of those horns as ears.
Honestly,
and then there would just be 1 horn.
Yeah.
Do goats have horns?
I think so.
I think they do. I've been to a petting zoo. So I don't think it's going to be a 3-horned goat. I'm going to go B. I'm going to say Grondark Lizard King of the North.
I'm just going to go C. I think it'll be wrong, but
all right. Let's find out. I'm locked in on B. You're locked in on C. And the answer is C.
Oh, thank goodness.
The dancing gecko. Way to go.
All right. We're tied now.
You can see it's mid-jig according to the photo.
The score 2 for something.
2 to 2. We're both 2 for 4. Here we go. This is the final deciding one. We're not allowed to choose the same answer so that we have a winner. and we have to decide who's going to get to guess first because that's an advantage. So, have you done odd or even? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Mm-mm.
No? Okay. I'm either holding up one finger or two fingers under my desk. What do you think I'm holding up?
2.
You're correct. You get to guess first on the last one. Congratulations.
Okay.
Here we
I've
go.
never done that, Matt.
It's like a 90s kid thing, probably.
I
A,
mean,
a
probably.
friendly centipede. B, a superhero cat fighting bad guys. Or C, the coronavirus strain. That's a little bit topical, if you ask me.
When was this made? Like recently then?
Very,
Because
very recently. Like
I feel like
these
I don't know.
these 3-year-olds are still 3-year-olds, I'm pretty sure. So I know what I think it is, but you get to guess first. So you go ahead, Savannah.
Honestly, okay, this is my mindset. I'm gonna just break it down. I think it could honestly be C because I don't know. I think it could be C because we're in the coronavirus season right now.
It's true. It's relevant. It's very
So
relevant.
like it'd be something to draw.
Yeah.
But I feel like it could be B.
I feel like it could be any of them. Yes.
I don't even know. I'm just gonna I don't know. I'm gonna go with B.
Going B. Superhero cat fighting bad guys. I am going to go
I
A.
have no idea.
I'm going to go A, friendly centipede. This is it, Savannah. This is for all
You're probably
the
right.
marbles.
You're probably
all
right.
of the.
I
Well,
have no
we'll
confidence.
see. You might be right too. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Oh no!
Wow.
It's a superhero cat fighting bad guys. I see no bad guys in this picture.
I don't
There are
either,
none.
but I just kind of went with it.
Also, I don't see a superhero cat in this picture. Now that
I'm
I
really
think
glad
about
it's
it.
not coronavirus, whatever it is.
I'm glad too. Thank goodness they spared us on that one.
Honestly,
Savannah, that was an
it's
impressive
just-
comeback. I was up 2-0 on you.
Oh.
How did you do it? Tell us before you
I
go.
win every time. I win every time.
Okay, that's
just
enough,
like
Savannah. Bye. The perks of being in control of the live stream: when people start to talk trash, you just get them out of there. That's how it goes. Just send them on their way. I think Savannah's still in here hearing me, and she looks angry, but it's fine. We are going to jump into our message for tonight. Kelsey's going to join us, and we're just going to wrap things up. Again, this is our last high school Sunday night of the school year, and I'm so excited to hear what Kelsey has to say. So before we do that, let's just pray, and then we'll dive in. God, we thank you for this night. We thank you for, God, just a chance to be together this whole semester. Whatever together has looked like, I'm just so grateful that these students and leaders have just been able to be the body of Christ together in this season. So, God, tonight, would you just speak through Kelsey? Would you just share through her what you want each of us to hear tonight? Would each one of us walk away from tonight ready to face the summer, whatever that's going to look like for us? So, God, we just pray all of this in your precious and holy name. Amen. Mm-hmm. Kelsey, welcome to the live stream. Thanks. I'm going to get out of here. It's all yours.
Bye. Hello, everyone. Welcome. I'm so glad to be here one more time for the school year. I know we have summer sessions, so we'll only be missing each other for a couple weekends, and then we'll be back in the flow of things. But there's something about the end of this semester that feels different, that feels a little unique. And so just wanted to give a shout out. We've got a couple seniors that are watching. So I believe Harper, I've seen you on there. I know, Rachel, you can't comment, but you were texting me to comment for you, which I did. And I'm sure there's other seniors out there. Just wanted to give you guys just a quick woot woot because you guys succeeded. And that is not a small task, especially in a world that's a little bit bizarre. So congratulations. You are invited to do things with us through the summer. We don't promote until August. And so if you want to go to camp with it, well, go to camp, do that stuff with us, and do summer session. You are still included. We still like you. So that's, still relevant. But we are so proud of who you guys are. And I think for all of us, we're a little bit in this space of, okay, now what? Like, coronavirus has been here, summer's here, and it looks like my summer's going to be taken a little bit differently than normal. How do I get through this summer? How do I continue to move through? So today we're just going to have a little conversation about one of my favorite passages in Hebrews, and we're just going to call it running the race. The reality is we're not in a sprint. And I'm sure you've heard that there will be seasons of your life that are sprints, right? Where you got to get things moving, get things going and push through. But most of our life is a long-winded race. And it's not as clean cut or as easy as I think we like to think. And the truth for us is when it comes to running the race, and you guys can tell me if anyone in the chat is a race connoisseur. I don't know if that's the right word for that. If someone's a big runner, just give me a shout out. Be like, me, I love marathons, or, oh, I love 10Ks. I don't know. I really love hurdles. I'd love to hear if any of you are big racers. I love to run. I'm not very fast, so racing feels awful to me, but running is one of my favorite things. And the crazy thing about running, the crazy thing about all activities really, is that it takes preparation. Specifically today, I want to talk about how endurance takes prep. Like it just does. Like if we want to endure, it's going to take work ahead of time to make it so that we can get through. And I think for those of you that are graduating, for those of us that are facing a summer that feels a little bit different, it's going to take prep. And there are things we can do right now to help us get through the next several weeks, the next several months. Rachel, I see, is a sprinter. Good for you. More power to you. Some of you are laughing at me for asking you if you are racers. Well, I mean, there goes that. I can't run. Sorry, guys. Apparently, we have no runners in this chat with us today, except Rachel, who's a sprinter, and she's not on here right now. Before we dive too far into this idea of endurance, we have to ask the question, what does endurance even mean? So I want you guys to help me come up with a definition for endurance. Define endurance. If you can come up with just a quick way for us to go, oh, that's what endurance is. Because it's one of those words that like we talk about it, especially like Allie in our fitness walking class. I love that you took a fitness walking class. Spot on. But I think endurance is something that like we assume everybody knows the same definition for, but I want to make sure we're all on the same page when it comes to to endurance for us. And so what does it mean to you? If you're clearly, we don't have very many athletes on here. If you're an athlete, it might mean one thing. If you're someone who does a lot of plays, there's a whole lot of endurance that happens, especially during show week to get everything ready. I saw Kanaya on here earlier. You guys do so much to get ready. And so what does endurance actually look like the week of a play, the weeks before a play? What would you say is endurance? Trevor, I see you got ability to continue despite the obstacles in our path. I love that. That's way better than the definition I had. So I'm just going to pretend that's the definition I had. Endurance is being able to go long distances without getting tired. Okay. Trevor gets a life. I'm not sure what that means. We're going to move on from that. Rachel says endurance is something that you just have to keep pushing through to, like sprinting. You just have to build that up. You have to push through, push through, push through. And honestly, the definition I found for enduring is to survive. As simple as that. It's to stay afoot, to keep moving forward, right? Walt Disney used to say that all the time in one of his most underrated movies ever, but keep moving forward. How do you keep moving forward? When things are hard, when things are not hard, running without passing out. I like that. Pacing yourself so that you may go further. That is so brilliant. Yes. How do we endure? How do we push through? And not just in physical running, but in life. Because the truth is, the last few months, our world has gotten a little different. Our world has gotten a little bit crazy. We're going to call it crazy. And we've had to figure out how to endure differently. We had gotten so in rhythm with our life the way it was. And then all of a sudden we were like, oh, I have to find a whole new system for how to process the world. And so one of the things that the Bible does is it gives us incredible wisdom for how to keep pushing forward, how to survive, how to find a way to get through seasons that are difficult, how to keep going despite the obstacles that are in our way. 100%. The Bible has advice. In fact, specifically in the book of Hebrews, which we know very little about the writer of Hebrews. There's a lot of guesses on who wrote it. We really don't have a ton of information other than it was someone who loved Jesus and had lived for quite some time knowing Jesus and kind of knew the stories of Jesus. And so we get to Hebrews chapter 12 specifically, but what you need to know is in chapter 11, all before that, he lists a bunch of heroes in faith. In fact, one of them was Joseph, who we talked about last week. All these people who endured, and they weren't perfect. In fact, far from it in a couple of their cases, but they endured. They pushed forward because every single day they made a choice to prepare for what was ahead of them. They made a choice to trust God. And so then the writer of Hebrews gets through all of these heroes of faith and then finally stops and goes, okay, this is what this means to you. It says, therefore, since we are surrounded by such a huge crowd of witnesses to the life of faith, let us strip off every weight that slows us down, especially the sin that so easily trips us up, and lets us run with endurance the race God has set before us. We do this by keeping our eyes on Jesus, the champion who initiates and perfects our faith. Because of the joy awaiting him, he endured the cross, disregarding its shame. Now he is seated in the place of honor beside God's throne. Think of all the hostility he endured from sinful people. Then you won't become weary and give up. So there's a couple things that I kind of highlighted in there because he gives like 4 ways, or it may have actually been a she that wrote Hebrews, but I won't say that too loud. Gives 4 things that he's like, I did it again. The author says, these are the 4 things that all of these characters in faith did. First, they were surrounded by a crowd. They understood who was around them. The second thing is they stripped off weight. The third is they kept their eyes on Jesus. And the fourth is they had Jesus in a place of honor. And so here's how we can endure. The first one, surround yourself. If you heard the verse, it says, therefore, since we are surrounded by a huge crowd of witnesses, all of those heroes of faith, but not just the heroes of faith. Do you see all the people in the chat? Those are people that we are surrounded by. Surround yourself with people that are going to help you endure, that are going to encourage you, that are going to push you even when you don't love that, right? Even when you're like, I just want to do the things I'm doing. And they're like, no, we can do better. Surround yourself. You can see this is a picture of my high school small group. And we were together from middle school all the way to the end of high school. I was maid of honor in one of their weddings. All of us went to our leader's wedding and had this huge party. One of the gals I talk to on a regular basis still. One of them lives here in Colorado, which is bizarre. And we endured together. We surrounded ourselves with one another so that when things like the summer came or when difficult seasons came, we had one another. In fact, the gal in the blue shirt is one of the reasons I'm alive today, because she was there in some of my most difficult moments. I surrounded myself with people. Who are the people around you that you need to surround yourself with? Not only do we have heroes of faith throughout the Bible, but we have heroes in our life every single day that can speak life and truth into our lives. Whether it's your small group leader, whether it's people in your small group, whether it's Matt or myself or Phil. That might be weird. Don't call Phil, but just call Matt, okay? But we have people all around us who are constantly ready to pick us up, but you have to choose to put the right people, right? Because it takes prep. The next thing on how to survive is to strip off every weight. And what he means by that is to get rid of the sin, the icky stuff in our life that holds us down, that keeps us from reaching our full potential, that keeps us from enduring. And in this picture, it's actually my senior. I was taking senior pictures for college. Not really sure that that's a thing, but my roommate wanted to. And that's the person in the picture is my roommate, Janelle. And through my senior year of college was probably some of the darkest moments of my life, months of my life. And I was not in a good place. If I was going to be totally blunt with you, this was probably the lowest with my eating disorder, with my depression. Like everything was just so heavy. I was doing things that I look back at and I go, there's so much shame to who I thought I could be in that moment. Like there was so much weighing me down. And Janelle, not only in this picture, she tried to teach me how to smile, which turns out I'm not good at taking pictures. If you ever go look at pictures of me, most of the time I'm making a weird face. Sorry. But she's actually someone that called me out. She helped me by constantly going, Kelsey, you can do better. Like, don't settle for the sin that you've settled for. How can I push you? How can I get you to move forward? She's one of the ones that helped me get into therapy and kept me going through therapy, even when I wanted to quit. So there you go. Like that's what it means to strip off sin, is to say, I don't want to deal with this anymore. How can I take it off? And it was both something I had to do for myself, but it was also something I had to, again, surround myself with people who could help me take that stuff off. But it starts by admitting it. I had to admit to her that I wasn't okay. And that's where it started. The next one, the third way to endure, it says, we do this by keeping our eyes on Jesus, the champion who initiates and perfects our faith. Focus on Jesus. Focus on Jesus. In fact, this is maybe embarrassing, but I really like football. I don't think that's embarrassing. Hopefully it's not. I played quarterback and did a bunch of football stuff throughout my growing years, but this picture is me in college doing the powder puff game where the girls play and the guys cheer, which is maybe weird now, but at the time it was pretty cool. And I played a quarterback, which meant I threw the ball. And one of the things that's true is you have to constantly keep your eyes on the prize, and not necessarily the person you're passing to, but you have to constantly be knowing where you're going. You have to constantly be aware of where you are on the field and what the end zone looks like. You have to constantly look ahead. And for us, it's not a football game. We're not looking for an end zone. We're looking at Jesus. How do we stay so focused on Jesus? How do we connect with him every single day? And we do that through reading our Bible. We do that through praying. We do that through serving, which is a unique one that I think we forget about sometimes. We do that still by that crowd of witnesses that surrounds us. We have to keep our eyes on Jesus. It keeps us moving in the right direction. The moment we take our eyes off Jesus and replace it with someone else or something else, we get off course. Pretty soon we think we're going straight and we're like, oh, what's that? And next thing we know, our path has veered. Keep your eyes on Jesus. Focus on him. And if you're not sure how, ask. Ask. Can I thank you? I'm glad you guys still have powder puff, although I'm still not sure if that fits into like the feminist movement. That's like now, I don't know how that works. I'm not going to talk about it because this is a happy live stream. So we're not going to dive too deep into that. But keep focused and then have people around you. Again, there's a theme throughout this whole passage. Keep people around you. When you begin to veer, who's going to help you go, oh, no, this way, right? Who are the people in your life that are going to help you focus on Jesus? You have leaders in your life who know more about Jesus. They know more about how to endure than you do. That's okay. Use that. Learn from them. Soak it all in with them, right? Get to know them. The last one. And this one is one that I think we forget about a lot. But he says, after Jesus endured the cross, now he is seated in a place of honor besides God's throne. And the last one is celebrate success. Celebrate success. Party. Like seniors, it is okay to be excited and throw yourself a party. At home, order some amazing DoorDash food. At home, throw a party on Zoom. I will come to your party, right? Celebrate the successes that you have in your life because we're built for that. We're built to see the good news. Even Jesus, as he dies and raises again, they celebrate him. They are excited about what happens to him. In this picture, it's me and my three brothers. I'm not sure you can see all three, but we decided to do a standing dog pile, which I don't recommend. And I, for some reason, was on the top. Not really sure. At the time, I was not the smallest. I'm now the smallest. They're all gargantuan humans. But we did this huge dog pile. And it was hilarious. And we laughed as a family more than I can describe. Like, we laughed so hard. But what you don't know is in this picture, it was a month after my dad was diagnosed with cancer and was told he was going to have surgery in a few weeks. You see, it was one of the most difficult moments in my family, and it was probably one of the last times we were all together like this without being together for cancer stuff. And yet we found moments to celebrate. We celebrated that we got to be together. We celebrated that doctors exist and can take care of my dad. We celebrated that laughter is a beautiful gift from God. We also were at a beach in Long Beach where it was gorgeous. We celebrated that. We invited my grandparents and my aunt and uncle, and we celebrate success. Push through this summer when you have victories in your faith. Celebrate and invite people to celebrate that with you. Celebrate the little things. Celebrate the big things. Celebrate the weird things. Celebrate, celebrate, celebrate. For us, we have an opportunity to endure, but it takes prep. And we do that by surrounding ourselves with people. We do that by stripping off sin and being honest and open about our own sin lives. We do that by focusing on Jesus, and we do that by celebrating success. But it takes prep. So let me ask you this question. What can you prep this week to succeed this summer? What can you prep this week to succeed this summer? What can you do? What are things that you can, of those 4 things, what is one thing that this week you can go, you know what, I'm going to reach out to a group of people that I trust and be like, hey, once a week, will you just check in on me with this thing? Maybe it's, hey, I really want to learn how to engage in scripture. I want to know how to get to know God, and ask people to join you in that journey. The Bible app has some reading plans. Start a reading plan with some of your friends and have some accountability to do it together. Ask your leaders to come alongside you and say, listen, I'm really struggling with this sin. I need help. And your leaders aren't going to shame you. They're going to say, let's do this. Let's rock this thing together, because they're part of your crowd of witnesses that are celebrating you. What can you prep this week to succeed this summer? I know for me, I need to do some more focusing on Jesus, which means I need to figure out how to connect to God in ways that I didn't before. I'm going to have to reach out to some people who are really good at that and say, hey, will you hold me accountable to connecting with Jesus in a way that I've never done before, because this season is different. Savannah, I love that. All of the above. Yes. Here's the key. Do it with community. And don't wait for someone else to say, hey, let's do this together. Be like, dude, we're doing this. We're going to rock this, right? Don't wait for your leaders. Go to your leaders and say, hey, can we meet? Can we do Zoom bowling? I don't know what that would look like, but I'm going to let you guys figure that out. Can we just hang out? Can we celebrate so-and-so's birthday? In fact, my birthday was a week and a day ago, and some of you guys were part of that. You helped me. You prepared my heart and helped me endure. What is it that you can do to prep this week to succeed this summer? For seniors, what can you begin to develop as a rhythm now so that you can succeed as you enter college? Guys, we can do this. We can do this. We can endure. We can push through. We can not just survive, but thrive. But endurance takes prep. It takes work. It takes making a decision to say, let's get through this together. So guys, who do you need to call this week? Who do you need to invite into your story? What do you need to admit to so that you can move forward? Let's do this. Let's come back in August and go, man, this summer we saw God in ways we didn't even know he could be in our lives. Let me pray for you guys, and then we can break into groups. Let's pray. God, I thank you so much for who you are. I thank you so much for the fact that you are a God who is with us as we endure, as we strive towards greatness, as we push through difficult seasons, as we fight through the temptations of summer. And for some reason, there are so many temptations in summer. God, will you help us? Will you help us endure? Will you help us push through? Will you help us run this race? Remembering that it takes work in the beginning, it takes stretching, it takes drinking lots of water to run a race. And just like that, it takes work to move towards you. Help us keep our eyes on you, listening to you the whole way. And thank you so much for people that have gone before us and endured, and people that are going alongside of us as we endure together. Help us to push through this summer. In your name we pray. Amen. All right, guys, there should be links down below. Go for it. Go to your groups, go hang out, go talk about this, maybe even ask for some help in some of these areas. And then don't forget, the next 2 Sundays, we will not be meeting, but the one after that, we will be on a Zoom call. So make sure you're looking out for information on that. Trust me, it's going to be a good summer. I'm super excited. And make sure you sign up for Move At. We're going to have a ton of fun virtually, which is going to be